How many times should I watch these videos? And how often? Hello and welcome. Welcome to Input English. Today I'm responding to questions and comments in the comments section. People want to know how many times they should watch these and other videos. How do you decide how often to watch? Should you watch one video repeatedly, or should you watch it spread out over a period of time? Well, for sure, there is no numerical answer for this, and there is no answer that is going to be correct for everyone because we are very different. But there are principles that we can follow, and we can come up with a very reasonable approach so that you can make your own decisions. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. So let's analyze. Listening to music or watching movies, perhaps reading a book, we as people do this repeatedly based on our wishes. There are movies that each of us have seen many times during our life. There are pieces of music that we may listen to quite often because we enjoy them. So the concept of watching something repeatedly or listening to something repeatedly is not an odd thing to consider by any means. We do this in life. Since these videos are made as comprehensible input for the acquisition of the English language, we can go to Stephen Krashen for some guidance on this question. Professor Krashen has told us that for content to be useful to us in acquisition of a language, the content should have three characteristics. I've quoted these to you many times. Let's review them. Number one, the content needs to be understandable. You need to know a majority of the words, and you need to be able to follow the story or the discussion. It has to be comprehensible, understandable. Number two, it needs to be a topic that you're interested in. It needs to be interesting. And number three, it needs to be compelling. Not only is it an interesting topic, but the presentation is done in a fashion that captures your imagination, captures your thought process, pulls you into the story, and thereby gives you the language as a gift. So if we apply those three criteria to our question about how many times should I watch a given video, depending upon your level of English language comprehension, the first time you watch a video, it may not be easily understood. But with each successive watching of that video, you're likely to get it more and more. That was my experience in Spanish for sure. And that has also been the experience of people who have sent me messages in the comments section. If they watch a video the first time, perhaps it doesn't make a great deal of sense, but with repeated watching, they get more and more. So repeating a video may increase the comprehensibility of the content. So that would be a good thing. Number two, is it interesting? Well, the subject matter in the video really doesn't change when you watch it repeatedly. And so if the first time you watch a video you don't find it very interesting, then it's not likely to get a lot more interesting with repeated watching. Now, that was, again, my experience in watching videos in Spanish. Some of the topics in the videos were not terribly interesting to me, and so I basically went through them once, tried to get some benefit from them, and basically never went back because I'm not interested. There are a lot of people in the world who are learning English and who are interested in video games. And so comprehensible input with video games as the subject matter might be very appealing to them. For me, not so much. So if I had content in front of me that was related to video games or was literally the playing of a video game on the video, I might go through it once, but I'm not going back to repeat it. It's not interesting. It doesn't meet criteria. The third criteria is the video compelling? Does it draw you in? Does it capture your imagination? On this one, this is going to be a personal choice, and you can just trust your instincts on this. If you look at a video and you've seen it several times and you have a sensation that you'd like to watch it again, then it's going to meet the criteria. But if, on the other hand, you think, no, it won't capture my imagination, you can use that criteria. As you watch videos repeatedly, you will pick up more from the video each time you go through. With comprehensible input, we are taught not to try to study and diagram and analyze the structure of the language as we go through the content. We want to watch, listen, understand, absorb, and enjoy. But there's another dimension that I would mention, and that is you can notice. You can notice things. And there's a big difference between analyzing and noticing. If I recognize someone in a crowd, smile at them, and wave, I have noticed them. I've been very respectful. Hi. But I didn't get into an hour-long conversation with them and get embroiled in discussions about their children, their neighbors, and their doctor visits. No, I just smiled and waved. I noticed them, and they noticed me. So we have that skill of noticing things. I use that as an example of the way I go through these videos. If there is a phrase or an expression that I didn't previously understand, and then with a repeat visit to that content, it becomes more clear. I notice it. I rest my mind on it. I wave to it. Oh, it's just recognition. It's not deep analysis. It's not like meeting your neighbor and talking about all their aches and pains. No, you're just saying hi. And that is the way I handle comprehensible input when I repeat it, because I know with a repeat listen or a repeat viewing of a video that there's more in there than I noticed the first time. There is no number. There is no prescription that I can bestow upon you that you should watch each video. I think it's entirely reasonable to watch each video more than once. But whether that means twice or 10 times or 20 times, that would be your choice. Now, in my language learning journey, I kept track of what I did. I use software to do that. I'm not saying that I journaled everything I watched. It's just that the platforms that I was using to study and learn Spanish had a feature of keeping data for me. So I know that I listened to a bunch of podcasts 8 to 10 times. So if I have repeated listenings or watchings of this material, the question comes up, how often? If you repeat a podcast or a video, how much time should elapse between your review of the material? I don't think I ever listened to a podcast immediately after having finished it. I don't think I ever repeated a video right after having completed it. I usually let time pass and usually go to other material, but come back later to review it. Give it a little time and it becomes fresh again. There were some videos and some podcasts that I simply didn't understand at the time because the language level in that content was too high compared to my level of listening comprehension. I wasn't ready for that material. I watched it and put it aside. But then months later, I was able to loop back and watch it again and have a much higher level of comprehension. I observed that when I understood better, I enjoyed it more. When you watch videos repeatedly, as your comprehension is going up, then the benefit is going up. But then you get to a point where your interest in that video is flagging. You don't find it very much fun to watch that video again. It's becoming a chore. And here you've now gotten to diminishing returns because the story is no longer compelling. So you lost one of your criteria. The more you watch a video, you may gain a lot on the comprehensibility of the content, but at some point, the tides turn and you wind up with diminishing returns because the material is no longer compelling. So there's a seesaw effect on these criteria, and it's very logical. If you think about these concepts, this makes total sense. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said that there would be a secret at the end, and we have come to that point. When I make these videos, I want them to be good. I put some effort into them. I think about what I'm going to say before I say it. I try to produce a good product. You can be the judge how effective I am at producing a good product. I put something in each video that you could call a surprise or a treasure or a pearl. I try to put something in there so that people, as they watch the videos and comprehend the language, understand the story, will discover this. Now, this comes from influence on me by an old friend of mine. Now, when I say he's an old friend, I mean both meanings for that word old. He's an old man, and he's a friend from the past, the distant past. And so it's an old friendship and an old man. So he's an old friend in both senses of that word. And what George said to me and others, but he said it to me, his advice was, you're going to be in meetings, you're going to be watching lectures, you're going to be in a lot of activities involving humans, and some of those activities are going to be boring. They're going to seem tedious, and they're not going to capture your imagination. But you have a secret weapon. And then he told us what it was. His secret weapon is look for the pearl. Look for the pearl. So as I make these videos, I try to make sure that each video has something in it that's a little different, not obscure, not useless, but something that's interesting, something that you might not see in another video, something that will enrich your experience. So I try to make certain that each video has something in it that you would judge to be a pearl. That is my approach to comprehensible input on the topic of repeat viewings or repeat listenings. As long as it seems to meet the criteria that I understand it, that it's interesting enough material that I want to watch it, and that it is compelling and keeps my interest throughout the viewing or listening, then I'm going to continue watching it. I've already confessed that I have watched videos 10 times. I have listened to podcasts 10 times, and it has added to the richness of my experience. And then I shared the advice that I got from my old friend George: look for the pearl. As you go through this content, look for the pearl. On the videos I make, I try to make sure there's at least one pearl in there for you to find. That's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I invite comments below. This is an interesting topic. There could be a lot of discussion here. I invite you to join us in future videos. See you soon.